Jeremy, so many questions after seeing these videos. I want to go back to the first woman we met in your story. Why did the trooper say he smelled alcohol when the driver was sober?
Yeah, Lauren, for 3 days now, we've been asking for an interview with the Highway Patrol to ask those kinds of questions.
Welcome back to We the People University. My name is Abaya Israel, former police officer and former sheriff's deputy. What is going on in the state of Tennessee? The last few videos that I've talked about concerning DUIs and telling people to never take field sobriety tests have had to do with Tennessee. And now we're looking that they have arrested 7 more people in Tennessee for being 100% sober. 7 people, including a former pop star's wife, who was a Grammy Award-winning artist. So with that being said, of course, his wife, smug shots posted all online, social media, everyone's looking at it. She's completely embarrassed, but guess why she was arrested? She was arrested for eating ice cream. I am not kidding you. She was pulled over after buying ice cream, and the state trooper lied and stated that he smelled alcohol. He placed her under arrest. Every person in this video is 100% sober, and they were arrested for DUI. I won't say too much more. Let's watch this. We'll talk here more in a second.
State police wrongfully arresting 7 innocent people for a crime they didn't commit.
7 sober drivers charged with DUI arrested by different troopers in different parts of the state.
It's the latest discovery in Chief Investigative Reporter Jeremy Finley's sobering problem investigation.
Go ahead and step on out of the car and we're going to have a conversation, okay?
On the evening of June 23rd, Stephanie Fair was about to find out she was in double trouble.
There's a very distinct odor of alcohol that comes from either a person or inside the vehicle.
Right.
Okay.
I understand, but on my life, I don't drink alcohol. I just ate.
When he started asking me about drinking, I instantly got this feeling in my stomach, like, this is bad.
And it was. She'd been pulled over for failing to move over, something the state trooper was not pleased about.
She almost hit me when I was wrapping up a traffic stop. I come up to the car and it just reeks of alcohol. How's she doing the test? You can see it in her eyes.
What this really turns out to be in this particular case, and probably every case, is that the trooper wanted to retaliate. As you guys know, there's a move over law in several states, and this vehicle did not move over. Now, I have been on the side of the road conducting a traffic stop, and cars have zoomed by me. And I will say I have become extremely upset by that as well. But you can't get into your vehicle, find that car, stop that car, and arrest that driver for DUI when this driver had no alcohol. Check this out.
Not only did her blood work show she had neither alcohol nor drugs in her system, her attorney got video of where she'd been before being pulled over. That's her getting ice cream. That's her getting ice cream.
I have tried. I was more scared being with that cop alone than I actually was inside the jail.
I was terrified.
Candace Slate can sympathize.
It's hurting to do that on my knee.
After her car flipped in an accident, a state trooper asked her to do a field sobriety test, clearly in pain.
That really hurts.
She doesn't do well.
I know I bombed it. I mean, I was in shock.
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back under arrest for driving influence.
What?
I thought, oh my God, I'm going to lose my daughter, who I can't lose her. You know, I can't lose my license. I mean, this is my life.
Several $1,000s paid to an attorney later, she got her blood work. No alcohol. Her level of prescription medication so low, the charge of DUI was dismissed.
I ended up broke, trying to prove my innocence. Yes, I won. It was dismissed, but I'm terrified to drive now.
It also happened to Labrisha Beatty.
It has had a traumatic impact on me.
An employee of NASA, a state trooper charged her with DUI in Giles County. Her blood work later showed she was completely sober.
There is a real issue. There is an issue in Tennessee.
And it turns out state troopers didn't just wrongfully arrest these 3 women. They also arrested Reed Hawley and Henry Esslinger and Keith Von Susten and Thomas Manis, all arrested for DUI, whose blood work later showed they were sober enough to drive. But those are just the cases of drivers that we found. Turns out there is no data of who's making the false arrests. You may recall, we obtained TBI data that shows 609 people in Tennessee have been arrested for DUI in a 7-year period, whose blood work came back showing they were completely sober. But the TBI tells us they don't keep track of which police agencies are making the arrests.
When you look at just the sheer numbers of people, it's clear that we need to do something differently to make sure that this does not continue to happen to anybody.
But it seems like it continues to happen to everybody, no matter who you are. You could be the wife of a famous musician. You could be an employee of NASA. You could be a politician. It doesn't matter. It seems like cops have no limit. And I've said several times, do not take field sobriety tests. They are not required. You do not have a legal obligation to take a field sobriety test. You will fail.
Whatever the state of Tennessee needs to do to fix this problem, they need to take affirmative, positive steps immediately.
Okay, Jeremy, so many questions after seeing these videos. I want to go back to the first woman we met in your story. Why did the trooper say he smelled alcohol when the driver was sober?
Yeah, Lauren, for 3 days now, we've been asking for an interview with the Highway Patrol to ask those kinds of questions. A spokesman for the THP says they are continuing to review our findings, and we continue to press them for an interview. It remains unclear, bottom line, why the trooper said he smelled alcohol. Stephanie Fair says she didn't have any perfume on, she hadn't used hand sanitizer, and the trooper ultimately found no alcohol in her car.
Well, Mr. News Reporter, doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why the cop said he smelled alcohol. It only takes a First Amendment auditor. And that reason is it was retaliation. Simple. You can hear it on body cam. He was clearly upset that he felt as though she did not move over and she passed by him going too fast. Therefore, he conducted a traffic stop. And in that traffic stop, he lied and stated that he smelled the odor of alcohol when there was no alcohol, nothing even close. The lady was eating ice cream. But this is policing in America, and this is why we record police, and this is why you must always know your rights and fight back the legal way. That being said, make sure you always record police. Make sure you know your rights. We the People University, signing off. Be sure to visit WeThePeopleUniversity.com, where you can find our latest YouTube videos, more about myself, why I left the police department, merch, and more. If you have a police encounter that you would like highlighted, visit our website and click the Submit Videos tab. Fill out the video form submission so that we can hold these tyrants accountable. And if you guys still haven't purchased my book, Living in the Royal Tyranny, you can do so at WeThePeopleUniversity.com by clicking digital copy to read it right on your phone, or you can buy the hard copy or the paperback directly from Amazon. Also, be sure to pick up your free ebook to give you tips and tricks on how to deal with cops when you encounter them. And for those of you who are still trying to learn your basic rights, register for our course to learn how to deal with police so that your rights are not violated when you encounter cops. All this and more at WeThePeopleUniversity.com.